architecture one is better?
Yes, 75 minutes. It takes you through the Chicago River, the skyscrapers, and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the lake one is half an hour, and it just takes you.
Is it going to be easy for those people who cannot walk like
For wheelchair.
Go down to the
So we have
Okay.
1 o'clock, 1:30.
So
That's a city pass one.
Okay.
That one,
it includes the architecture river too?
yeah, only if you get the C3 package.
What is how much is C3?
I don't know. You have to go here.
फटाफट वो चला भी जाएगा
My phone is there.
So we're at Navy Pier and we're going on the cruise or boat cruise,
आ जाओ.
and it cost us $270 for 4 people.
ये लो, ये ticket.
How much is per person? Okay, here's the
45
ticket.
plus tax.
जल्दी करो
$46 and $414 is the tax.
right down there. You can get your ticket.
It's keeping on.
Jones. Instead, Mr. Evans, he's going to be the guy who might tell me that remote item.
12.5 75
And he made a reply to the reality. He unveiled a document called the Plan of Chicago on July 4th, 1909, and he made the Chicago River the focal point of the city. Listen to this, Daniel Burnham's own words from the Plan of 1909. Okay, I don't want to get too Ken Burns documentary. 1909. So those boulevards are Blackard Broad, Michigan Avenue, right here, Sabo Lakeshore Drive, named for Jean-Baptiste Sabo. Not one, not two, but 3 towers working together to one straight skyscraper. 45 degrees off the left bow, I welcome you to the Hotel St. Regis and the residences at the St. Regis Hotel. This is cool. This building comes to us from a young woman architect. Her name is Jeannie Gang, company Studio Gang. She topped out the highest tower in 2020 at 1,198 feet. Now, not only does that make that the 3rd tallest building in Chicago, way cooler, it gives our Jeannie Gang the title, the tallest building in the entire world by a woman-led architectural firm. Pretty cool. Now, I've ever since to listen to the council. They sound like a Monty Python sketch. They're actually called the Council on Tall Buildings and the Urban Habitats. And they looked at it this way: Aspires Organic, Invented, Intercontinental, built in 1929 as the Medina Athletic Club. The philanthropic group walking along the south of Sons of Peace. Even though for their service at the hospitals, the Medina Shrine. Now, look at the big yellow ball for a minute. Somebody had a wacky idea back in the 30s. They said, hey, let's use the top of the Medina Athletic. Guess what? It was commissioned by the France. Daniel Burnham, very much influenced by Paris. He was hoping Chicago would be called Paris on the Prairie, right here. Haiti, Jean-Baptiste Montoussat started the fur trading empire right there. And here's a building from 1926, right there, with the cupola dome. That's the jeweler's building. Inspired actually by a 15th century Italian monastery, the Sotoso de Pavia, but it was built here for the diamond trade. Hey, movie fans, look close. Is actually surveying his domain in Gotham City from right there. We served as Now, modernism is modern steel and glass skyscraper. Everybody knows that boxy look. Where did modernism come from? The architect of this building is named Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. He was the 3rd director of the Bauhaus School in Germany. He comes to Chicago in 1938, heads up the Illinois Institute of Technology, spreads modernism around the globe. So have you ever heard Mies's famous expression, less is more? Now, there was a rebel at the Bauhaus. One of the students, Bertram Goldberg, he never did like squares. So if Bertram Goldberg does a building, circle gets the square. With the Marina City Tower. No mountains here, they're made by Boyd. our flat Midwestern landscape. So like those prairies that go on forever, the building hugs the horizon. It's wider, you go very high, you've lost all your floor space to support. Looking for more efficient building materials, therefore, the evolution of the architectural frame occurred in 1885. A Civil War bridge builder named William LeBaron introduced the iron and steel grid frame, a skeleton to support the weight like every showplace for great architecture. The building on your left started at 333 West Wacker Drive back in 1983. Everything about that building is about the river. The arc mimics the bend we take with a boat, glass reflecting architecture and sky climb. Now you know what, when that building was built in 1983, it set the bar pretty high. It said, yo, you want to build around me, you better bring your A game. And in the last 5 years, everybody has, from the Wolf Point Towers. Where's my California friends? Wolf Point South is already named Salesforce. Same company, just did the tallest building in the Bay Area. Let's look at the building right in front of us now. That red sculpture is by the great Spanish architect, Santiago Calatrava. This is River Point. You know why they put an arch in? An arch is a way to say, hey, look at us, we're special. We live where the three branches of the river meet. Now this is cool. Look at the arch, and then look at the top. Can you see there's an inverted parabola, like a scoop that matches it? So you look at the shape right. You know who really understands this building? Little kids. They get it. Little kids have nicknamed this the Hot Pockets Sandwich Building. Because if you look with the scoop at the top, it looks like the microwave heating sleeve for a very popular American pastry. Now, I did not make that up. Little kids came up with that. Vestibule Bridge, the Cooner Wave, was used right up into the 1990s. Now it's a piece of urban art. We like to keep it around. We celebrate our industrial heritage. Maybe it scares the people living over here now and then. In 1988, Harry Weese gets inspired by a single tree on the riverbank in Amsterdam, and he does what after 22 years, these are still my favorite 4 townhomes in Chicago. They're called the River Cottages. I can't believe it. If I could afford to live here, I'd never leave. Somebody sold number 3 for $2.3 million a couple years ago. So that's kind of your ballpark figure if you want to get a townhome right on the river. Check out the design. You got triangular skylights like schooner sails, porthole windows like a ship as well. See, Harry Weese was an architect and a sailor. He understood the river. Harry would say, water's a magnet, it draws people to Carl Jung. That human beings have an archetype in the brain. We long 16th century Latin alphabet. You know, the V and the U, they were kind of tied together until the 16th century, then they went their separate ways. You know what happens in Art Deco after 1930 in America? Nothing, nada, zip, zilch, zero. 25, and the curve is trying to follow the bank. Now let's look at this little building with the red block on the left. I got a confession to make. You know what? I don't know any tour guides. 7, that's pretty recent history. City council meets and they're like, that's it. We're putting the Mrs. O'Leary story to bed for once and for all. So they invite Chicago historians to come forward. And the historians prove blocks north of the Ridley building, you can find a little yellow castle called the Water Tower, built in 1869 as a standpipe for the water pumping station. When the fire in 1871 comes roaring downtown, the water tower escapes without a scratch, like it's saying, no thanks, I'm staying. That big drum of glass 10 stories high is filled with fluorescent and LED lights, illuminated after dark. We call it the White Castle, because it makes us hungry for sliders, White Castle hamburgers. There's a little truth to that. White Castle restaurant designed itself to look like the water tower that escaped the fire. Oh, friends, look on your right. There's a mural team from France, Peter and Ellie. Check this out. It's called the Native American Lost in Chicago Dreaming. And look how it incorporates the city, because if you look at the dreamer's eye, it's a straight line. The fish is looking at the statue of Ceres, the Roman goddess of grain, where we get the word cereal from in English. Perched atop the Art Deco Board of Trade, 1930. The annex added by world-class architect of Germany and Chicago, the late great Helmut Jahn. So no columns. Instead, the ceiling structure is supported by the load-bearing walls on the other end. But then, check this out. They want more office space, so they can't deliver out the top 34 stories. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. Switch through the building from my own arms. Let's do a little time-lapse photography. If you don't address the extra weight in that building, in 5 years, it's going to look like a bad version of the block game Jenga. Your 2 towers are going to do this. And that didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? Because of mathematics. The structural engineering firm Alfred Benesch and company made a mathematical calculation. And when they built it, guess what? The inertia of 160,000 gallons of water. So maybe the building can go this far before it's pulled back, and then the water slushes towards the opposite wall. Genie Gang, St. Regis Hotel is using those tanks as well. The Great Lakes Building in 1912, Chicago School warehouse design, occupies a historic corner. If you go around the back of this building on the street, you'll find a plaque that will tell you this is where the wigwam once stood. A rickety wood building erected in 5 weeks for one event, the Republican writing the Pez Candy Company, and hoping they'll let me do an educational set. Those are merchant princes like Marshall Field, F.W. Woolworth, A. Montgomery Ward. I got something for you to check on your phones, friend. When it comes to supporting the arts, the Merchandise Mart walks the walk and talks the talk. If you look up on your cellular phone, artonthemart.com. Come back here at sundown tonight, and the entire face of the Mart is going to be a movie screen. The projectors are over here. You're selling 9.5 for them across that octagonal crown. The rest of it is terracotta. You know, the same terracotta that you've got potted plants in at home. Stop by. Finally, you'll notice boats are going to be passing through the Chicago locks, which have been holding in fresh water since 1938, when every Great Lakes state and Canada sued. The river runs downhill. The river runs downhill. The people say I will. The river runs downhill. The river runs downhill. The motto is I will, and I'm Chicago bound. Welcome to Chicago.
सेम $400 का पड़ा है। $400 का ये जो हाँ ये जो अभी ये इधर हम नेवी फायर पे आए।
हाँ तो फिर लेके आ रहे तो खर्च करो या तो आओ ना।
So we paid $50 Canadian for parking at Navy Pier. It's kind of expensive. Okay, so it was $276 Canadian for the
Architectural Chicago River Tour.
drive for 7 miles.
धूप और छाँव का मिलन है।
Look at that's so cool. He was talking about like three rivers merging.
वहाँ वहीं पे वो जो बोट दिखा रहे थे वहाँ पे।
Yeah. But look how cool that is. Like 2 different colors of blue. Probably like 3 different colors of bluish. We hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, like, and comment down below. We appreciate each and every one of you. Allah Hafiz. Bye.